30 months ago, I hired my very first virtual assistant for my arbitrage business, and since then I've been fed thousands and thousands of different leads to buy. What you can see here on my screen is actually a list of leads that my most recent virtual assistant hire sent me over on Friday. He's been with me since October, and what I'm actually gonna do is share all these different leads, not so you can go and copy them and go buy them. I really don't recommend you do that after watching this video, but so that you can see how I analyze them, and you can actually see what makes an arbitrage product a good lead or a bad lead. Now, I have not even looked at these yet. This is completely fresh, so you're gonna get my full, unbiased, raw, just analysis of, are these products good or are they bad? So for all I know, all of these leads could suck. And then towards the end, I'm actually going to share like what you should really expect when you go in to hire a VA, how many good leads should they send you, how to manage them, just different tips for VAs. So let's jump straight in. Now, coming up to the top of the list, we can see you send me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leads. I typically get anywhere from 6 to 10 a day. This VA works 8 hours a day. So let's start going through them one by one. I'm going to pull up the Amazon listing. It looks like we're paying $19 for this and it's selling for about $43. And it looks like we buy this product from Webstaurant. So let's do a full thorough analysis on this real quick. So first thing I noticed on this listing, it looks like this thing sells about 100 times a month, which pretty solid. Again, we are paying $19.33. Now it does look like price has dropped a little bit. However, I do notice that this is actually an FBM seller here. So I wonder where FBA's price looks like. We're at about 43. So it looks like our ROI is actually right around 33%, which is not bad. It's above my minimum. But one thing I hate about this is that this is a frequently returned item. And also, I mean, right off the bat, this is just a glass item. It's a cake dome. It's a big glass item. You're going to get breaks here. And in my experience, anything under a 50% for glass is just not worth it. There's a very high chance that we're going to lose money on this. I'm like 99% certain we're going to lose money on this because it breaks, returns. This is not enough. I used to sell lots of glass when I was starting out because it's like a nice thing for new sellers to get into because there's not a lot of competition really. No one wants to sell glass as you get experience, so less people are on those listings. But I never really was too profitable unless I was minimum a 50% ROI time purchase, and this just not hit it. So honestly, there's no point in me analyzing this. I would never buy this product, would never touch this product, and my VA should know better. I've told them multiple times not to. So again, this is just a bad find. This is a really bad find, something that wouldn't even be considered for my list at all. So let's move on to the next one we got here. So looks like we got a Indigo Wild Laundry Dryer. Now this looks like it's coming from Vitacost. Looks like we're paying $11.37 for this item. Let's do a quick analysis here, see what we're looking at in terms of numbers. So first thing I notice is we are selling about 50 times a month. That's not bad. At least we have a stamp there. $11.37 at $25.73. Looks like $25.63 now. Actually, ROI is pretty healthy here, about a 50% profit margin, 50% ROI. Probably about a 20% profit margin right around there. So first thing I'll do is I want to take a look at this chart here, and I noticed that we actually have a history of buy box suppression right here, which is a big red flag, especially considering that this price is on a massive price spike right now. So typically this price sells at about $20, and if we do fall to 20, we are very close to breaking even. And in my opinion, this is just far too risky. It looks like, buy box suppression is an issue for me to begin with. I hate selling listings that have suppressed buy box. Also, the offer count is starting to kind of peak back up again. And the fact that we're in a price spike, just too many red flags at once. Even if there was a history of suppression of buy box, that alone probably would just draw me off, especially because it's been within the last 3 months. This is another bad find. This is a very bad find. I'm going to make sure he knows these two items are very bad when you get these off our list. So pass on this one as well. Now let's work through this list here. Looks like we're looking at a Crocs item. We're paying $16.13 for this one. Let's jump in and take a look and see if this is viable. Looks like this is a size pastel dye, size 6 toddler. So this one right here. And first thing I notice is we don't have a stamp here, and we also don't have a sales stamp here. Now I do notice that we're seeing some sales. So this does mean this product's selling. That's a good sign. And if we are paying $16.13 for, this is actually a very profitable listing right here, 57%. I think this is plenty for a shoe item. That's plenty of room here. And I actually really like this listing just at first glance. We haven't fully looked into it yet, but at first glance, I do like it. We're seeing history. We're seeing price drops here. Offer count drops, which means we are getting sales. And there's not a lot of competition here. It looks like the price is holding pretty well here, even with the increase in offers. We fell to about $32, which at $32, we are still pretty good. We're still looking pretty nice here. And now with the price going up a little bit, I suspect that the sellers are falling off. That's probably why we're seeing an increase in the price here. But even if I have to sell it at about $32.83, it's still a good profitable item. So I mean, at $35.90, this could be a very good item to jump on and actually sell. Looks like there is one seller here that's priced a little bit lower, but the rest of the sellers up here are priced pretty high, about $35, $40. So this could be a pretty decent item to test. I think this is actually a pretty good one. Probably would be something I would test. Again, we don't really know how many times this is selling since we're not getting any indicators here. Now, if I had to guess, if we take a quick look at this product, we're looking for the size 6 here, which looks like it is this one right here. We are not getting any reviews, so that's a pretty red flag here. It looks like we used to get some a couple months ago, or about 6 months ago, but it's pretty flat here, which is a little concerning. One thing that is giving me hope here is the fact that the offer counts are dropping slightly. So I think that's actually, this isn't even the right size. Sorry, here is the right one right here. It's this one right here, the 6 toddler, which honestly looks even worse than this one, right? We're not getting any ratings here. But again, the thing that is giving me hope here is the fact that the offers are falling. So it is selling. I wouldn't buy a lot of these. I probably would spend like maybe $160, buy 10 units. And this could be a little portion of my spend for the day could go towards this item right here to test. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about how I can help you grow your Amazon business, whether you still struggle to find products, you want a VA like this, you want to implement the sustainable arbitrage alongside your Amazon business, or you're brand new and you just want guidance to do it the right way the first time, I work with all of my students on a one-to-one level. So if you are committed to this, then we will make it work. There is a link down below, booking a call to learn more about what that looks like. So that might not be too bad. Let's move through. Looks like we have this item right here. It looks like this is a toothpaste. We're paying about $13.74 for it. So let's dive into this and take a look and see what we're looking at. So again, 50 plus a month, right? These products are all selling pretty slow here. So one thing I've been getting on him for actually is to send some faster movers. Now, again, this isn't FBM's offer, so we're going to price this higher. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but that's got to be a mistake. Our target price here is about $28. So this is hitting my target minimum, at least 30%. However, looking at it, this is actually not that bad. We're pretty stable here. Looks like there might have been an IP here. Now, this was a while ago, and this also could have just been like something else. It might not have been an IP. It could have been people getting kicked off for regating or something else. So I don't want to necessarily say that this is for sure a red flag here, but one thing I definitely don't love about it is the fact that there was a suppressed buy box. Now, it has been a little bit. It's been over 3 months, so it's not like a super big red flag. And this could be something maybe I'd order a really small quantity in, because we did come up in offers, but the price is holding pretty well here. And again, the FBA sellers are priced pretty high, and we really don't have that much competition. Looks like about maybe 3 sellers. I don't know what's going on here. So this is definitely something that we could probably capture some sales on, right? I probably, again, would buy about $130 worth from this item. So now our grand total is up to about $300 of spend. So if your goal is to spend $1,000 a day, we're already 30% there just on really small test orders from 2 products, right? So far, we're 2 for 4 on this VA's list. And again, these aren't home run items by any means. These aren't going to make you a millionaire, make you thousands of dollars a month, but they're little pieces to your business. Think about it long-term, big picture. We have a lot of products that we're selling. This is just one of those items that are on the store, selling through, making us some consistent profits potentially. We'd have to obviously analyze it again once they actually sell through. So see what else we got here. We got some Hershey's. Now, we are coming close to meltables being out. So it's March 9th. I think we got some time, honestly, to send some in. This also sells pretty well. And I don't think this is anything special in terms of like Valentine's Day or anything. This looks pretty standard. So we're paying $5.89. And again, this does look tight here. We do got a couple offers priced pretty low here. So this is not hitting my minimum right here at 22%. And also we are seeing that the offers are climbing again, which, in past trends, when the offers climbed, we dropped to about $8, which, that's a massive loss here. There's a lot of red flags here. We're on a price spike. Offers are counts starting to come back up again. And just not enough ROI here. We don't have a big enough buffer. So this is a definite hard pass on this item right here. Don't like this one at all. Not enough room here. We would need definitely some more profit here to consider this product. So that's a pass. So this one we're paying $11.46 for. Looks like this is coming from Webstaurant. So I like we're selling well, 100 sales a month. Not that many competitors, about 8 there. That's not too bad. ROI is definitely hitting our number, so at least that's fine. Also, looks like we are maybe starting to climb a little bit, not too much. But I am looking back here at the past trends. It looks like that one time the offer count did spike and the price dropped really, 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 really hard to $14, which would put us at a big loss here. This is way too risky. This is another item that's on a pretty big price spike. Now, the last 3 months we've been pretty good, right? Like it's been pretty good for the last 3 months, profitable, good. But for buying right now with this offer count kind of coming up here, This is a little bit too much of a risk in my opinion for me. Also considering the fact that some of the sellers on here, like this seller right here, Shipped Fast, is a very large seller with 261,000 reviews. I don't really want to compete on this listing. And in my experience, this brand doesn't usually work out the best. So yeah, I'm definitely passing on this. We'd be just gambling here just to make 30%. Now, if this was 100% ROI at this price, I might test it out, but this is not worth the gamble for this potential risk of a loss there. So passing on that. Now, we're working through, looks like we got one item left here. It's this Miss Myers Clean Day, and we're paying $12.93 for these, so let's jump in. So this definitely sells a little bit quicker than the other ones have, which is a good sign. Now, at this price, this ROI is fine. I'm okay with this ROI because, again, we are selling pretty well, about $200 a month. It does look like we have some sellers here coming at lower prices. Now, these sellers are fine. They're priced well, but this one seller here with a lot of reviews is kind of throwing me off because they're priced pretty low there, and this is obviously not enough for us. Now, as we look at this chart, I do like how we're consistent. We're very consistent here. Looks like worst case we drop to about $26-ish, which is above a break even, so that's a pretty good risk to reward ratio, and also looks like the offers are in the fall. So it's a good sign. It means people are selling through, selling consistently. I would probably suspect that this price would kind of trend back up here to about $30. I don't like this by any means. However, I do think that their repricers probably priced them low for some reason because they are out of stock. They're back ordered right now. That's why they're not in buy box. Their shipping times are too far out. So the repricer is probably trying to snag sales. I think that they're going to raise their price as soon as they come back into stock, right? If we check the offers here, actually, if we look at this seller, the est by trading, let's see, looks like, where are they priced? Right here. Yeah, you see that their pricing is always all over the place. So they don't have any set pricing at a low price. It's definitely their repricer. So the moment that they do come into stock, they're going to definitely raise their price and try to compete up here. So yeah, I think we can sell it at $30. Again, not a home run item. It's not going to make you a ton of money, but I'd probably drop about 10 units, maybe 15 units because it sells quicker. Honestly, maybe even 20 units. This could be about a $240 buy. So I think we're at right around $540 out of those three items, right? What I want to get here at is, right, we're not buying all the leads. You should never expect to buy every single lead your VA sends you. So this means you can't only have a VA. Like, a VA is not going to solve your problems if you don't know how to do Amazon. You have to know how to do it. You have to train them, and you have to be okay with looking at their products and realizing that not every item they send you, you're going to buy. I would say on average, I'm probably buying maybe 3 to 5 absolute max leads a day for my VA. But for me, it's an easy way I can accumulate $500 to $700 a day on some spend just to those products, and then the rest of that money can just go to replenishing some of my consistent products or other products or products that I source myself. The VA takes a big portion of the tasks of sourcing, and this list right here is just constant flow of products coming in for me to go ahead and buy from my store. So VA is not going to solve your problem. If you have a problem with Amazon and you're like, you just can't do it, you don't know how to source, they're not going to be the telltale person that's going to save the day. They're not going to run your business for you. You are the business owner. This is just a component to the business, and it's a very, very strong component, and it's something that I recommend you go ahead and implement when you're really scaling up and you're building out your store, because this is going to be a huge asset for you. This list of products here is a huge asset for me. I can go back to October, November, December. I can go to my other VA's list from 2 years ago and look through old items that I used to sell, and those are potential products to buy today. And again, they're all being tracked inside a Keep a Track product feature, and we pretty much put these two in tandem to always give us products to buy. This is why arbitrage is, this is what the sustainable arbitrage model is. It's literally always having items to buy, VA's products are tracking, and that alone should be enough. Plus your replens, right? Those three things in combo, those three things alone is what's giving you that consistent lead flow. You can always buy stuff. You can always send products in, and you're producing your cash flow from these items. And again, we're hitting this $550 spend on those three items, and we're buying such small quantities that we're not going to get stuck with them. We're going to sell through them probably within a week. And then if we analyze it after, right, the reason we're not going deep is because there are some warning signs. So last thing I want to do is stock up a ton of units, go deep, and then they tank and I'm losing money or I'm breaking even. I'd much rather break even or lose money on a smaller quantity. But realistically, worst case, you're usually breaking even. And again, it's not a big deal because it's a small quantity. You have your winners, you have your losers, you cut out your losers, you track them, you restock your winners, and you scale your store. That is really how online arbitrage works. If you want to have a sustainable, consistent producing business, you kind of need these three things. You need these three systems in tandem working for you, and you'll have that going for you. So some closing thoughts. Don't expect your VA to save the day. If you don't know how to do Amazon, they're not going to do much for you. Second, make sure you stay up to date with your VA. I talk to him at least once a week, a couple times a week, usually 2 or 3. And we're usually going over leads together. I'm telling him what's wrong with them. And honestly, he should know better. Like the couple of those products that he sent, I've told him multiple times. That's the thing. These people are human. They make mistakes. And you can't expect them to go out there and just send you 10 amazing products a day that are sell 1,000 times a month. But you can expect to have consistent lead flows coming in to help you hit spend. The biggest thing I want you to take away from this video is the fact that these are what arbitrage products look. We looked at 7 different products, and you can see a lot of offers, prices all over the place. These are the types of products you want to be targeting because this means that they're safe to sell and they're actually arbitrage products. So you want to look into them and see if you can find them cheaper online. Where people run into issues is they see a dead flat line and they think that's a product they want to sell, when in reality that's either private label or it's a brand direct account, and you're going to be competing against really large sellers, and it's not arbitrage anymore. Now you're talking about wholesale or brand direct, and you have to pivot your whole business model and be more of like an agency, provide services to these businesses. It's just not arbitrage. It's different. They're 2 different businesses when it comes to sourcing and looking through items. So these are what arbitrage products look like. Look at these examples. Compare them to products that you look for. If they look different than items that you look for, if the charts look different, then you're probably looking in the wrong spot. You need to switch it up. So I really think that this video right here is going to help you out because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, warning signs, to help you actually find products and source more efficiently.